Tell the truth now. Have you never, when no one else was around to see or hear, burst into song and then imagined yourself roundly applauded by some adoring audience? Well, surely that transformation from whatever it is you may be during the day into toast of the town by night is a common enough fantasy. But as Jacqueline Adams is about to tell us, it needn't always be just a fantasy.
To the casual observer, this warehouse is filled with the sounds of chaos.
And we need screws, right? Now, do we want to cut this on the side here? Or? No, that's okay for now.
Chaos disguised as construction.
When you see the point of the flathead bit coming through the muslin, pull it back and then drill the other way. That way the
Missing a notch.
You're missing a notch?
Well, you're lucky that's all you're missing. A nut.
Happily, though, these weekend carpenters, costumers,
Dummy has no shoulders.
and craftsmen,
These are gamma, the bed colors.
backstagers with an unusual theatrical troupe, hear only music. Music as beautiful as that which the front stagers produce. Every spring for the last 72 years, the Blue Hill Troupe has put on a show. A Gilbert and Sullivan show. The all-volunteer theatrical group got its start in 1924 aboard a schooner in Blue Hill, Maine. Dr. and Mrs. Seth Milliken, great fans of the 19th century creative team, turned their yacht into Gilbert and Sullivan's famous HMS Pinafore. Family and friends, as in every year since, made up the cast as well as the costumes and sets.
Oh, kiss me, kiss me.
Quickly, the Blue Hill Troupe tradition evolved. Light opera productions for a good time, but also for charity. Performing throughout New York City since 1926, the troupe has raised more than $1.5 million and donated it all to charity.
That's the kind of maid sets my heart.
This is our free time. This is what we're choosing to do for fun.
It may well be a labor of love, but Betsy Militello, this year's troupe president and a longtime backstager, says the work is demanding.
Backstagers, it's Saturdays and Sundays from January till showtime. And front stagers, they were rehearsing on Tuesday nights all through the fall. And come January, they begin rehearsing anyone in the chorus twice a week, anyone who's a principal 3 times a week. And come 2 weeks before the show, when we move into the theater, you sign on the dotted line and say, my life is not my own, I just signed it over to the troupe.
So we hold for applause a second, she turns, and you're there.
Only the stage director,
and so it can be more parlando.
the music director, and the accompanist are paid. Everyone else works for free. For many of the participants living in sometimes cold and impersonal New York City, the troupe provides a sense of family.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
You find friends there. And once you've found friends there, you gradually find that you're choosing to spend non-troupe time with these people. Most of the people in the troupe have full-time, usually not 9 to 5, usually 8 to 6. They travel, they're very, very busy people.
This year, the troupe tackled one of Gilbert and Sullivan's lesser-known operettas and moved it out of the 1880s into the 1950s. Princess Ida is a love story with something of a feminist twist.
She wants to be known as her own person. She wants to be her own person first. She was betrothed to Hilarion in babyhood, and she has no intention of relinquishing her life to such an arrangement. But she doesn't know Hilarion yet.
Soprano and homemaker Catherine Radcliffe Mustaro has been with the troupe for 10 years. Its unique method of fundraising, she says, is far more satisfying than simply writing a check.
It's easy to write a check. It takes a lot more of yourself to do something in a personal way and to get involved yourself in a personal way.
In this
Tenor and magazine editor Rick Hamlin also joined the troupe some 10 years ago. Equally committed to charity work, Hamlin enjoys playing leading man Prince Hilarion for other reasons.
You know, you walk on stage and people go, oh, you know, and the women gather around you and they go, oh, and they swoon over you. It's never like this at home.
But Princess Ida doesn't swoon.
Certainly challenging musically. Sullivan was trying to write his great opera with Princess Ida.
The Blue Hill Troupe has long been recognized as one of the nation's leading amateur Gilbert and Sullivan companies. Indeed, last year, New York Pops conductor Skitch Henderson was so smitten he offered the group his famous stage.
I forever will remember a performance they did amongst the other things I've seen and heard. When they did the Pirates last year, it absolutely was ecstasy for me. And then I went backstage and screamed and said, we've got to do something at Carnegie.
Carnegie Hall, that is. In March, the troupe performed songs from an array of Gilbert and Sullivan operettas. It was a rare professional coup for men and women who sing for love. But it is on New York's smaller stages that the troupe's backstagers and frontstagers usually perform. Troupe president Betsy Militello.
I think it's an outlet. We're always looking for good new members, people who want to spend their free time putting together a show, having fun with people who have the same interests, and doing a good project for charity.